Hi everyone, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to Madam Farah's class, and today we are going to look at reading and speaking skills. Okay, so these are the objectives for both reading and speaking. As for reading, we are going to identify the topic sentence, identify main ideas and supporting details, together with examine the relationships within and between paragraph. Okay. Next, as for speaking, we are going to look at the second objective, which is to use appropriate transitional markers and linking devices to connect ideas. Okay, first and foremost, let us take a look at the definition of a topic sentence. So yesterday, in other classes, I did mention what is a topic sentence in terms of writing, but it is the same. It is similar to reading. Okay, let us take a look at the definition. Topic sentence is the main idea in a paragraph. Okay, so it is basically to let the readers know what the paragraph will be about. Okay, so you are alerting, or you are giving an idea of what that paragraph is all about if you are a writer. But if you are a reader, then you will have to know the topic sentence, the main idea of that paragraph. And the topic sentence must present an idea that will unify the rest of the paragraph while relating it back to the main thesis of the paper. So in this case, you have to go back and forth, in which you have to read the whole sentence first in order for you to get to know the topic sentence, so that you can unify or you can relate it with the rest of the paragraph. Okay, so now you have known what is a topic paragraph, which is the main idea of a paragraph. Okay, so let us choose, or let us identify which one is the topic sentence for these paragraphs. Okay, so the first one, there are typos here. The best trip, okay, not trop, the best trip my family ever took was to New Orleans, Louisiana. We drove there in 2 days. I didn't think it would be very interesting, but I was wrong. We saw the Mississippi River, rode a horse carriage in the French Quarter, and visited a cemetery where everyone was buried above the ground. I liked the food, especially the New Orleans donuts called bayonets. Bayonets. Okay. So what is the topic sentence? What is the main idea here? 2 minutes, guys. Okay, so the topic sentence here is the best trip. Okay, the best trip, and then the rest of the details here is to support. Okay, is to support and to give examples of the topic sentence. So the topic sentence of this paragraph is the best trip my family ever took. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at the second paragraph. No one likes to eat with a dirty knife, fork, or spoon. It is important to completely wash all utensils before using them. Clean utensils won't transmit germs and bacteria. They are also more pleasant to eat with. So what is the topic sentence here? Okay, the topic sentence for paragraph 2 is: it is important to completely wash all utensils before using them. Okay, so the main idea, the general idea of this paragraph is the importance. Okay, the importance to wash, the importance of washing all utensils before using them, because no one likes to eat with dirty knife, fork, or spoon. So all these are the supporting, the examples of it, to give more information about the main idea. Okay, next, third paragraph. Okay, as for this paragraph, the topic sentence is the first sentence here. Okay, many people think poetry is old-fashioned and uninteresting. The rest of it is the supporting details. Okay, last one. Growing a garden can be fun, good exercise, and will provide fresh fruits and vegetables for the gardener. It is interesting to watch the seeds pop their heads above the soil for the first time. It is sometimes hard to believe that a little seed can become a large vine or plant in just a few weeks. Planting the seeds and pulling weeds are good exercise for anyone. Then, after watching the plant grows and produce, the gardener ends up with delicious tomatoes, beans, and other yummy produce from the garden. So the topic sentence here is, yes, the first sentence. Okay, growing a garden can be fun. Okay, which one that shows fun? Interesting, right? The word interesting here. Okay, good exercise. This one. Okay, it is sometimes, oh sorry, not this one. Yeah, planting the seeds and pulling weeds are good exercise for anyone. So the rest of the sentences are the supporting details for that topic sentence. Okay, so please be reminded that topic sentence can be anywhere in a paragraph. It can be in the first sentence or in the beginning of the paragraph, in the middle, and also it can be at the end of the paragraph. So what you can do is remember the reading strategies like skimming, scanning. So what you can do is you skim first, scan it, and then read the whole text, and then you go back to skimming. Okay, skimming and scanning. So all in all, you have to read the whole passage in order for you to get, not the whole passage, the whole paragraph in order for you to get the main idea of that paragraph. Okay? All right, what is the topic? So I will give you one document, okay, one Word document, and there are topic sentences there, and I would like you to identify the topic of that topic sentence. Okay, so the topic must be a little bit general, okay, and the topic sentence is a bit specific. So you have to write what is the topic for each topic sentence. Okay, you can do it on your own after this. All right, next, let us take a look at organize and connect ideas. So this is very important because in all skills like writing, reading, listening, and speaking, you have to be alert with this strategy of using transitional markers and linking devices. Why? Because transitional markers are words and phrases that are used to connect sentences and paragraphs. Just like I mentioned yesterday, transitional markers are like glue, okay? It is to connect your sentences to make it more coherent so that your readers, if you are a writer, you have to make use of these markers, these transitional markers, so that your readers can read your essay or your writing in a very coherent way. Okay, so that they can digest the information correctly, they can digest the information coherently. Okay. All right, so you will also tell the readers where you are at when you use transitions. Okay, so that is from a writer point of view. But what about you as a reader? Okay, when you read a text that has transitional markers, you can get the information correctly. Okay. All right, so after this, we are going to look at some of the transitions, the types of transitional markers. Okay, so the place of transitional markers, they can be at the beginning of the sentences and paragraphs, and they are always followed by a comma. Okay, remember when you use these transitional markers, for example, firstly, secondly, in addition, at first, in conclusion, to sum up, and so forth, make sure you put a comma after that markers. Okay. All right, so these are some of the types of transition markers. There are lots types for transitional markers, but these are some of the few. All right, let's take a look at the first one, additions. Okay, this type of transitional markers indicate additional ideas, points, and or arguments, as well as more information. Okay, so the examples of these transitional markers are additionally, in addition, moreover, furthermore, besides. It is to add more information, or to give more points, or to give arguments. Okay, next, cause and effect. Okay, so this one you can see in terms in the sentences, there will be cause and there will be effect. So there is when you use these transitional markers. So the examples of it are, as a result, for this reason, consequently, hence. Next, to show time. Okay, to indicate time as well as order of importance. For example, firstly, first of all, secondly, thirdly, fourthly, fifthly, meanwhile, in the meantime, lastly, finally, next, then, and so forth. Next, to show compare and contrast, okay, to give comparisons like similarly, likewise, in the same way, equally, is to show comparisons, okay? And contrast, to show contrast, for example, in contrast, however, nevertheless, on the other hand. And this is the most important transitional markers, in which to show summary and to give conclusion. Okay, without this, you are not telling the readers that you are going to sum up your text, or you are going to sum up your AC writing. Okay, so this is to help the readers to conclude everything. Okay, put an end to it. All right, so these are some of the examples. In conclusion, to conclude, to summarize, in sum, therefore, to sum up, in a nutshell, and so forth. Okay, so please be reminded that even though transitional markers are very important in reading, in writing, in listening, and also in speaking, they should not be overused. Okay, don't overuse transitional markers in which you have to make use of transitional markers in each sentences. No, don't do that. Why? Because it has a tendency to distract your readers, and the use of transitions at the beginning of so many sentences is bothersome to read. So you have to specify in which sentence that you want to make use of transitional markers. Okay, in this case, less is more. So take a look at this example. Studying for midterms is challenging. However, there are techniques that can make the process easier. For example, organize each subject in a folder. Next, create outlines for each chapter. In addition, organize all handwritten notes and test papers separately. So don't overuse transitional markers because it's bothersome. Okay, you as a reader, it's bothersome to read this kind of text. Okay, and if you are a writer, please make sure that you signify which transitional marker to use at which sentence. Okay, so please do not overuse transitional markers. Next, incorrect of transitional markers. This is also one of the issues that can create confusion. Okay, please make sure that you make use of the correct transitional markers. For example, if you want to give cause and effect, you have to make use the correct markers. All right, the meaning and function of transitional markers should clearly be known before using them. So before you use them, make sure you know the meaning of each, okay, and also the function of each marker. Okay, if you want to give conclusion, make sure you use markers that give conclusion, not to give examples, for instance. Okay, so let's take a look at these examples. Oranges are good for health, however, they are good for skin. Is it correct? It does not. Okay, it does not sound correct. Exactly. Yes. Okay, oranges are good for health. In addition, to give extra information about oranges that are good for health. All right. In addition, they are good for skin. Okay, so these are some of the functions, meanings of transition markers or words in English. There are lots of transition words that you can find in the net. Okay, to give emphasis, to give additional information, to give contrast, and also to order. Okay, so there are two activities here. Okay, so those who have done it, okay, you can just review it or revise it. Okay, so those who have yet to do this, please do so, and I will give you the answers later on in Google Classroom. Okay, so I will also add on another two activities or two practices, two activities in our Google Classroom. Then you can do it on your own. Okay, so it is on transitional markers. Okay, everyone, so I think that is all for today. So as for today, we have discovered how to identify topic sentence. Okay, how to identify topic sentence, how to identify main ideas and supporting details, and also how to organize ideas, okay, to present and to organize ideas. So if you have any questions, you can just post it in our Telegram group, or you can just type it out in the Google Classroom. Google Classroom, do you have chat section there? Yeah, in the comments. Okay, in the class comments. So if you have any questions, you can just put it there. All right, so that is all, everyone. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum. See you next week. Bye-bye.